Freetown. We usually station them, self party station them all about na the country. Money coffee, they probably give to you that see them where they happen all about inside salon. When they bring kind the program today, me only na Ibrahim Samuel and the journal for the program with me company.
David Agaba Fambo, good morning. Thanks for this IT edition of the program. Come out from Festus Tahid Rogers, wait up na Sumboya. And they say no matter how long the net be, say don't must claim. Now the program this morning, family, as a result of one collaboration between Misra and Roman Chief Community, Simon Bolo Chiefdom Cambia District, World Meet Morning Coffee, say this collaboration don't make they don't set one woman ablaze and burn plenty host them that side. One organization we say then team up Tranga one for say as man them, then they say no to FGM. One of the member na the organization when a senior health staff na Koina Dugo Hospital don't talk say then kind of a thing and they affect the well body of woman and girl picking them. Same way so na the program, the Civil Rights Coalition, one civil society organization, they call for a free and fair by elections. National Disaster Management Agencies, same way so, don they do them across the country for make sure say they prepare good fashion for any disaster, especially during the rainy season. And the National Conference of Principal, they hold the national conference na Potloko last week. And they say now a manner for putting in place for making them strengthen the education system. Putting commodity we get for fair not now the program. This and plenty other to read it for you now. Morning coffee, you self get for ad voice. Send comment to 0341000444, 0341000444, or you send them now with Facebook live stream page. Members say we they use the new radio page where na SLBC Radio 99.9 FM on Facebook. SLBC Radio 99.9 FM na Facebook.
For first story this morning, we will go inside Mambolo Chiefdom inside Cambia District. The long-standing palaver with the land business between Misra and Romando communities inside Mambolo Chiefdom, Cambia District. They say it don't take different turn. Outside they see one woman don't die when they say they set her on fire and they say boku house them don't burn. Allegation they point finger for say the youth man then na Romando community. Now then do this advocate, so we also they don't arrest beaucoup other youth man there so with the police, every police with investigation inside there. We company we na Ibrahim Sori Kamara we talk to the paramount chief of Mambolo Chiefdom, PC by Shibra Lion II inside this interview.
Very much unfortunate. A group of people that no more as alleged from one community where they call Romando come and attack another community called Misra. Then burn houses them, eventually get for burn my old Mamiru no even work again at the same house. But thankfully for the police, both regional and the district and even the Mambolo police, the OCDR, they all come at the same on time. They're able to get us some facts, and to real understanding, they're able to make some arrests when key people they actually with the alleging that they mastermind this, now they execute the actions. So they all them. The issue in the background of it, there was a land, there is an existing land dispute.
Okay, so a long-term land dispute.
Yeah, long time because.
So let listeners get on right. You start what we say a village called Romando and Romisa also. Yeah. Which one moved to the next other village where they perpetrate?
Romando. Romando moved according to the information we gather. Okay. Romando they move in a very good big number. The one that we see them, and that village where they go attack now a small village with small people there.
Okay. So with this long-term land dispute where them don't get, this don't lead to this riots. Being the stakeholder and custodian of the land, Namambolo, how una don't take up the issue?
Well, now the issue of the incident, the attack, the riotous conduct with them conduct themselves, they don't already deny the police. But the issue of the land itself, you know, we get no tension of violence. Because no matter we don't go to me first, why is I the addresser, one party they will not be satisfied, then go to local court. When they go to local court decide the matter in favor of Misra people. So the other party appeal to the district appeal court. Matter don't dey na Cambia for the past 5 years, 2 years. So it's still ongoing. They all get legal representation. The matter they go well. The place they under control. So they come back last year. They come back. One of the stakeholders come and stay the case in a court, stay the action of the court, bring the case back for community settlement. They bring account to me back. Both parties agree for me to intervene and settle the matter between them, which we did quickly. It will take 1 month. We don't come with a solution to the problem. I don't even put a writing as a form of report. I don't give copies to the lawyer. I don't give copy to the two parties. I don't give copy to even the magistrates. Because the magistrate will be in, I mean, they deal with this matter. This is why we come, new one, in order, I think, say, in order to start for dilute. Or we don't get an agreement. Although the agreement no be don't hold, still we get some condition where one or the both parties not be agree. But what we do now, we now in the process of coordinating the agreement for let them understand themselves. Now in this incident can happen. Other incident may not happen the way the other party say they harvest, palm not. Let's say the other party go burn them. That matter they within a regional police headquarters. Then they investigate them. Because anything we involved in violence is not my case. So you always stay with the police. That matter they in progress now the region. So now this other party will force me complain. Then go now. Allegedly say then can have them burn houses there where then get for kill one person.
All right, Chief. As people believe on PC by Chevron and Lion, na Mambolo Chiefdom, a long-term chief. Waiting he don't advise the people we involve any subjects them as police they investigate this matter.
I don't visit the two communities. One we get for go and console the one that we suffer this problem.
So how many houses them born? Are the
three houses, about 2 kitchens with them born with the one they was see. I'd also go to Mando, talk to the stakeholder there. Talk to them say okay. Of course I condemn totally what happened. I go there condemn them, and I also advise them for cooperate with the police. Whosoever is involved into this matter, they're not for I. Because what he can lead the police for going to deep investigation. Now we will not try for ID. So I go and sympathize with the one way, the innocent one, and because what happened with the reader incident, the entire town all man run, go and left the village.
Okay.
Mrs. Eddie, they were good, we didn't see me motuka all man run.
The ghost village.
Yeah, so and then get a poor party, they also innocent one and they don't even understand what happened. They don't understand. So I go there, tell them say then get for sit down at the town and guide them property.
Well, that's not the paramount chief of Mambolo Chiefdom by Shebra Lion II. They talk to the company Ibrahim Soli Kamara, who say report which money Kofisi inside Mambolo Chiefdom na Misra na Romando village inside Mambolo Chiefdom. So then they get small to land business. To say they say Wamami die pandando, so they put a fire and also the born host them. But he say they will continue to investigate the matter. Now we will go inside Kenema district, outside the criminal investigation department and Kenema police division. They currently investigate one alleged case we get for do to one person we die when they say this in way he died. They say people know the people are concerned and they say this information here. So now one by the council of the winner Jusu Michael Capo within a Boomer section Kenema district. They say they go reports this also when they say according to which is they say now the thunder we can this be them they say now in struck and kill one Tamba Amara we they say a day now one of the section inside Kenema where combined team from the police personnel with the officer commanding for Eastern Police Station and the SOCO from scientific support units na Kenema Police Division. Then we go to the crime scene for go see what it happened. Well, after that day, my company as a family by the part of the team and talk to the Deputy Superintendent of Police, Sylvanus Emmanuel Soko, Now the officer commanding for the Eastern Police Station.
29 May 2026 at about 10 o'clock in the morning, one councillor, Jusu Michael Kapu of Boma 3, between a station and informed we say that at about 9 o'clock, thunder and lightning struck somebody where the person lead to in death. So as a result of that information, we began to communicate with the Kenema Divisional Headquarters, where they send the SOCO officers. So prior as a commander at this station, I be formed a team where headed by me. We go na the place where they call Yegbema. So we go there, we meet people and gather there. So basically, as the normal routine of police, we begin for interview people and for make we get a first-hand information about the incident. So we be get in touch with one Albert Davis and in WEF, we get for explain to we about the incident.
Okay, what really let them tell una for saying I happen wey lead to this death wey they explain to me?
According to Albert Davis, he say before the rain on that Thursday, he and the late deceased, then all be sit down at home together with his wife. They keep coming, but when the rain starts, then decide for go inside. But in Albert Davis with his wife, then they na the veranda room while this man in the inside the house. So then they inside, now they begin for hearing, according to Albert Davis, he began for hearing a heavy thunder sound. So then they began for even affect him, where he lost almost in consciousness. So after which we gain consciousness, he began for see the main entrance door leading to outside this disease day to in room, because in your room they very close to the main entrance door. Say I open. So he instructs his wife when I'm mommy Davis, say do go to Tamba Amara when I know the disease. He said go tell her make he can lock this door out. He said but according to his wife, where he go there, he try a call on Tamba Davis for information, say make he can lock the door out because that be net. So as a result, he knock and he call, the man no answer. So I go tell him, man. He said, bro, that's why he send me to that man. I see how they call and you know the answer. And the man said, I said, well, make myself go watch at the place there. So he said, grab, he go there, he call, he knock, the man no answer. So as a result, if you see a small opening by the door of the room, I peep, you see the man lay down upright, he face it up, and he be wear the same dress where he wear with all the children at veranda. So he be worried. Now he decide say, well, make I go look this man because he do must be back small. Now he enter. According to how he enter, he say he see the man still lay down upright, he know they move. So he decide because the thing we can in mind. He said normally they can check on somebody pulse. So he hold the man in two hands, in left hand and with in right hand, check on his pulse whether if he see the blood flow or heartbeat. So you know he nothing. So he take an mind say this man say go don't pass away. So he get for common ado for go call one in close friend where normally can come to and where they only make bread. So he just meet up the man they come for can call in the very Tamba Amara when I know the disease. For me them go now bakery because they get a bakery very close to them where they can make bread. So now I tell him say now this so the man come himself. He touched the man in heart because he normally he say for make he check whether if he heart the beat. So he touch her, he see say nothing. They ask the man in hand, nothing. They see nothing. So they find out say this something don't happen. So they immediately call the family members around for inform them, but wetin don't happen. So after which, like Abi they said previously, now morning now, then with that councillor they can make a report. So we go there, being that I don't want to work in the scientific support department and as a trained person under SOCO, but since I did as a commander now, I give the SOCO officer make it go ahead. So they go ahead, but in the process, then do some interviews. Then in the process, I see the man lay down a matter now gone, not to the bed. Then very close to outside the man lay down, I see one long bench. This long bench, it gets sockets. That plug, outside the plug, you with the current you want or get current. I see this phone charger with the phone plug. Then they're very close to the disease in place. Then later on, I look by the bed side. I see phone. Then based upon the information, we begin do comparison. Why this man go can the phone charger go under very close to her. Then people can be tell we say and now the Ose lightning big occur where even the one wey give you the information wey na that Albert Davis be say himself the thing affect am. So in fact we get forget other information say even the light from that day from where that lightning struck make that place dey, the light completely go off, and we sef we confirm, we try for put the switch dey on, we see say no light no be dey. So basically the SOCO officers dem do the needful wetin dem suppose to do. At the end of the day we be get for advice for make dem take the body na hospital. So dem begin for take the body na hospital, whilst we advise the other people wey give the information say for make dem go come make statement na police, and indeed dem be kind of police, dem make statement. So basically na that we do while the investigation dey go on.
Okay, I wan know whether that phone wey una talk of am, e be the socket, e be connect there while the phone comot later or whatsoever, na that area there one.
Well, the phone charger e be disconnect, but e dey very close to the socket. E be dey very close to the socket, but the phone in own cord, because you get the phone cord wey dey attach to the phone. Im be dey pan the charger, but e be dey pan the charger, but himself be dey very close to usaya be dey say like the table. E be dey there, then the body lay down at gone. So, but even though you know they preempt anything, but I dey highly suspect say might be say this charger be dey on with the phone, then they tell you might they play with a phone, they tell you that thing dey shock I fling the phone go fall down at the bed. So now that na just assumption no more, but we still dey investigate make we know actually if na so e be.
Okay, similar thing you know ever before, you know ever upon this your area of control?
Yes, and also at my own time wey I can, because you know say the outgoing must tell you one or two things, then you must hear the other thing when certain incidents like this don happen. So I get information say a family with mama papa with the pikin dem, the same kind thing don happen within the area dey. So wey be lead to the death. And you for know as a science student, I don go far, I sabi more about scientific business. Wetin na my observation, you see a lot of trees dey yonder, and you know say the thunder always dey occur, the mixture na the ocean and the air wey dey come outside, wey dey lift, they dey mix together. Then the electrons there, the positive and negative electrons there, wey dey waka, they always dey transfer through them, then tick them. So and that area dey so tick them. So then thing dem dey possibly scientific interpretation na so the incident dey can happen.
You get any advice for the public concerning that thing?
Yes, I get advice. And if you watch wetin dey happen at the country, not even Kenema alone, it dey happen at Freetown, it dey happen at the other provincial districts. I think EDSA dey advise people say wetin dem can do. Dem can always when dem can see small rain or dem hear thunder, they make small or they make heavy. You can see say they can put everything off. So that dey show say no one for make that current dey transmit go any other side or cause any damage. So as an individual, we dey use phone, we dey use the other electronic device. So do you the advice say when you hear thunder, if na your phone you put am off, make e no dey na your hand, put am off, or you no dey play with am, or you connect by any current, or say you dey play with you connect by any current, then you dey play with am. If you dey play with am, that current dey go transfer on your body wey go cause problem.
Well, darling, the Deputy Superintendent of Police, Sylvanus Emmanuel Songu, when an officer commanding Eastern Police Station, Kenema Division, they talked to the company, Sapa Moriba, about one incident where they investigate concerning one man who died, where then this alleged saying as a result of tender, he died. Well, we can't take another issue now, as we can talk about the upcoming bar elections, the bar association elections, where they expect to take place between 2026, now the annual general meeting. Well, thing that we farm for no say Tuma Adamajabi, when the current president of the Saloon Bar Association, instead of officially declare intention for secret election under a campaign theme is raising the bar, securing the game. Also, another person where the Martina Benda don also say im sef get interest pan the presidency of that elections dey say im campaign centre around unity within the legal profession, professionalism and institutional reforms. However, as a result of the elections, some current issues dem dey wey dem don dey raise and na the public domain, wey dey talk about the issue of voter registration, election administration, and some other things dem. Well, a civil society organization, civil rights coalition, don dey call say actually the election, and hope say e go suppose for be free and fair. And as a result of that, we get now the studio this morning for Zumani. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, so we this when them we gonna forget shortly the one them we get for Timap for their position, and they in the studio not today, but they not give it dates. But as a civil society organization, we don't they watch the atmosphere, the election fever, we don't they start concerning the Sierra Leone Bar Association, they call for free and fair election. What to make on account with this?
Thank you very much. You know, the Sierra Leone Bar Association are a noble professionals, a noble institution wey for conduct themselves within the confines of the law. Because now the only people dem wey go represent me and you wey na layman na court for seek justice. As Civil Rights Coalition, we have also taken note of the last elections. Wetin happen there after the elections, wetin surprise we na that the leadership of the Bar Association not able for bring together all other members for let them be as one. Nobody no need for tell say there is sharp divide within the Sierra Leone Bar Association. And as noble people them, we think say that one did not for happen. We dey see where the Sierra Leone Bar Association, instead of they argue it out in court, whether they for be waiting the public will happy out, they argue it out at the media, at social media, wash their dirty linens in public, where we believe say an honorable profession not for go down that lane. And of late, if you talk to some senior legal professional, then they tell you say standards don't be lower. Not even at the Bar Association, but even at the law school. You want the way, you know, they go now for be lawyers, then say standard don't be lower. So some man they keep himself say me and not mixed. But be it as it may, we all go know say you get what they call Legal Practitioner Act of 2000. This now they guide the legal profession. And it's very, very important for the people that waiting at the bar, people them wait for the up to that standard, and people that were members of the bar for genuinely elect, we will serve the purpose. Because if you look at this act, section 3, subsection 1C, where they talk about the composition of this council, the highest nomination into this council for come out from the Sierra Leone Bar Association. Then for nominate 3, we know for be less than 15 years standing at the legal profession. The other 3 know for be less than 10 years standing at the legal profession. And that council is a very, very important body with the Attorney General, the all day. So if you forget a bar, we for nominate serious people then for going to that council, for form that body day, elections has to be free, fair, transparent, and credible. Unlike what we see the last one, we bring splits at the bar. That one they make everybody now don't become concerned. People who are dissatisfied with the last elections form an organization where they get rights for it all over the world called Lawyers Society. The antecedents waiting lead to that, they will not already discussion in the say elections we are not free fair, where some can't sleep now, but waiting happen. We said on the travel, can one day me not sit down there happen, to go can cross now the road. Where they don't vote down, or 10 the reach where they don't vote on, now the driver appear for can pull the truck now the road. That one they may not ever see happen again. Allegedly, people that they say Now a tactics for let the one that who can sleep now both because they believe say they're not going to get for vote for a particular candidate and get their own candidate for prevent them. I have no evidence to that. I make I say allegedly. So with all of them happenings then we see back outside lawyer society struggle for getting registration. So when the bar, members of the bar, the executive, the kind of television or radio, the first thing they go say this association or this institution not legal. We will believe say that not for be the case. If poor country like a Kenya, Ghana, they all get a lawyer society in there. And I'm they talk with one my friend. We talk say if you look now, I said the quote what he say. He say if you look at the sober lawyers there now, or you look at the lawyers there now, we really they take up issues and from the lawyer society then they come out. And me as civil society, I don't see much from this bar association where they elect, headed by Madam Tuma Jabi. Me not there for go vote to. I just they talk the reality. Like when that discussion with the go on about the tripartite, government do this, not do this, and then legal business. The bar association not they interpret the law. It's only the Supreme Court who have that local standard to do that. But the bar association will come and give an opinion. Say this document you wanna go sign. Now A before the happen, B before the go happen, so C not go happen. We only saw the lawyer society in the person of so he said them Marawi say in things say them if I don't carry this go to parliament, they go do for the Lome Peace Accord. So when parliament, look at this document, parliament says go agree with this document, so it will become binding. There was that great lacuna, me no they expect say now lost lawyer society for can tell me. And they expect say short a discussion, we will at the layman, now the bar association for how them position and they. We don't get series of happening no they hear from the bar association. The bar association no is small. When lawyers then they get election, they feel like they didn't host, they know nothing. Because it's a kind of profession where people are honorable, distinguished people than they. Not that then they discriminate themselves, but because of the work where lawyers then they do them keep themselves in such a way where the public will look and say them credible at any time when I take legal matter to you, you go argue out and at the court, and if the court say are wrong, I go satisfy say are wrong because of the kind of representation. But leading to these elections, we don't get fear. And we know what they tell like the last election, we no one go into again. Because we believe say after that election they should have many fences. If this executive way they so they talk out without fear and favor, not be able to mend fences and not believe say they get what it take for continue. Me not they go vote, I know they talk reality because one foresee a united bar. You look at serious sober lawyers there. They're not in at the bar now. Not to say not a member of the bar. They are not participating because we are disgruntled or they believe say the last election things no go down well. I suppose for be conducted as then are noble people there.
So Alfonso,
now,
from what you see so now, because in the don't say situation wherein so as the report say they go pay them money. They not get and the person they in charge and they meet up. So what's in that for tell you? They see that the same thing we happen at Kenem and I want therefore happen at Potloco inside Lunga with the election for be this weekend.
In fact, that reason they will make Adina one of the reasons there. Now, how a secretariat should run. SLBC get management now, so not so they get directors, they get manager, they get different layers of people the way they manage the affairs. Madam Davida we sit down so now in the head radio. If me from Civil Rights Coalition can SLBC for Caliph letter for radio and no need for under overpassé to Madam Davida. Even if Madam Davida not there, somebody go call your attention, say letter come up from Civil Rights, where Civil Rights they request for be part of a radio program, or where Civil Rights they request a retraction of a particular. You don't have to be physically present. I have seen and disappointedly very senior lawyer who hold to high esteem. They complain now the media for say then go left them sleep after they don't pay a bank because there was a deadline where I'm sure now be the 29th of May. When they don't go pay a bank, then for carry them sleep, for let them go to the process, so then go register them so that they will eligible for take part in the AGM when they can go get elections. unfortunately, on several occasions when they go there, then they go with the media and then they do video where they show na inside the office then they dey. And inside that office then they ask one gentleman who they meet say we don't come to sleep, we don't come one time, we don't come two time, we no dey meet treasurer. You no get mandate for collecting sleep and give the treasurer wey come. He say no. All of a sudden when they don't come there, we see this very treasurer they do video say look me now, look the receipt book. But when they go there, they not they meet you. When they come out there, you the kind of media is so disheartening, it's so shameful for let lawyer conduct themselves in such a way, owing to the fact that now senior lawyers them, when we get respect for, see they can't complain to the media, and one of the credible media they when they complain to now SLBC. I watch it, I felt so bad. So this is a signal say it's a way or means for disenfranchise them and the upcoming election. Because if you know say you get the delegates, you know say they want you know say they always take for lead the bar, allow a free, fair, transparent election. And looking at the opponents, where instead they stand for president, stay self go there for go left in sleep. The same thing happened to them. And looking at the campaign message of that campaign, where they say they want a united back, and looking at all other senior lawyers they all don't talk to, people themselves would believe say, yes, you will get lawyer society, then fee for operative for register them, but let us have a united back. Because me as a layman, go sit down for talk say the bar is sharply divided. So we believe say Madam Tuma will provide the kind of leadership wey for lead them into a free, fair, and transparent election. Other than that, we self as the public, as civil society, we want for call on government, we want for call on the Attorney General, we want for call on the Chief Justice, because in my own capacity as also, there are several government institutions where the Bar Association they represent me as public, because a public institution like NASIT, other body they get legal representation to them body they and them body they serve the public. Me go one person they go represent we in Adande as Sierra Leone when I come out from the bar. That person they forget the credibility, they forget the blessing of the others them, they forget not by a crooked means, but by a means where you are duly elected in a free, fair, and transparent election.
Yeah,
so this cause where we don't begin to see so. People then they go they sleep till the date don't pass. They want them for vote once they get them sleep. Madam Tuma Jabi, with due respect, I'm talking to you now as possible as Sabi, as possible as very respectful. Being that body, the treasurer not be there, and that's how they them the video. Now the Bar Association Secretariat, Madam Tuma Jabi, ensure say the one and they will get sleep for votes. If you know you have the majority, go to the pool.
What's going to listen to talk for say, Alfonso, what's in your business into Zanzibar Association? Where maybe you only talk on education and all that thing. They say, but why this? The Poland would want to say, what's Alfonso and business by election?
So I tell you, the only side way to go seek justice now the court of law. I don't quote for you the Legal Practitioner Act of 2000. I don't tell you the composition. Even my brother or sister they go for go law school. Now they want them they determine because they get representative to the Legal Education Council. Now serious body that one day. And when me small, when me sabi lawyers them, then they conduct this election. Me you know, now make a business up in the day. Allah know they can. But I dey so go na them blogging page. Then they send this candidate, say, look, this one, you know, all kind of mockery, then they bring it to the legal profession. We're not good for Sierra Leone. All kind, they are lowering the standards of the legal profession. So this warrant fee for Kansai for say, we take note of what happened in our last election. Now, leading to this election, we don't want for see back the bar further be divided. So until we don't get lawyer society, they can't get original lawyer society. The real lawyer society be, you begin get at a regional level. So you go get a disintegrated bar. So you go find out, say, if me they constrain for no an opinion of some government, they do whether government right or wrong. When me as citizens, they look up to the bar for give me an opinion. If you get a bar where divided, I know we'll get a right opinion there. So that's warrant me for kind side. For instance, I don't tell you about the tripartite where government go sign. It's only Lawyer Society who came out for say them believe say this agreement before don't go na parliament. Lawyer Society did. They can't tell we say this agreement, and when you go look at where the moral guarantors they come, one of the things where they agree on, I think they talk say for go in a parliament. That should have come from the bar. But the bar association after that election, they will not then they see, then they take position as it don't used to be. So we are saying, let there be free, fair, transparent election. If you know say you get the numbers, not prevent people them, make them very difficult for when they go left and sleep and the date don't pass. So because that date don't pass, we are putting it now to Madam Tuma Jabi that please ensure all the one the way don't go pay na bank before the 29. We go with their sleep, they not be the treasurer. Ensure say they vote.
But unlike Sludge, where we did for Sludge, for instance, we get a body to conduct election. We come for pay. In fact, you pay self 2 orange money, or if you pay self, you open a bank. In as little more they count them on to the secretariat, or even if they pay to you orange money, message the committee say you don't pay. Why association we when talk for say like bar association, now bookman they call them elites. That's what they call it elites. They need to behave that kind of way.
Sludge also na elite. You want the area put most for Sludge election. Sludge election they can go, the public not the notice. It's only one who can media for can campaign in a professional manner. Always thing happen about session, so no one day happen at Sludge election. Sludge election not one day done. The people then gap, they say no, then go from Sludge too. Yes, but start the other body like Reporters Union, WIMSA, you know, then the other subsidiary body under them. Whether they deal with their own profession or waiting they handle, say alone court reporters, all of them things they. But when Sludge they get the election, una no ever can complain say una go sleep na Makeni or Lunsa because the election in na Makeni, then go cross walk na road. You know one they be na Sludge election. Sludge election, we no one they get complain say the empty ballot box, the effect physical, we no one they get that complaint. So we are saying because of Sludge conduct itself in a manner will befits and status, we not put much in because it is in line with the rules and regulations and get body they conduct election. Not knowing that, we expect the same to happen with lawyers. Where 100%, as you say, these are literate. Not only literate, it's a noble profession. When we be small, a group of lawyers they will be senior one them. Other men are fit on them, that Benjamin, until by then that petrol station they call and share. Let them they go sit down. Then they get good time to yourself. You know, they see nobody among them will not to lawyer. Then they pass 6 safe, then they drink, then they talk to themselves, for me, they go bed their park. Then this, then they will lawyer. In fact, they will meet me within a church. Then this, then they will small, we lawyer can church. Then go get in the front pew, say go sit down. Because they say lawyer are honorable people. It's no longer happening. The standards have been lowered. Look what just recently, the somebody who left law school, I think now the director of law school, look the allegation the way make. So the point that the government of Sierra Leone for set up a committee for investigate all of them things and not the tell for the law school. Even the building.
That politics don't get into the bar.
I know they say politics, so then people no, they follow them left from the right. These are legal profession. Therefore, we will draw in between the line. But say even I'm a politician, but this is what is expected of me. There are journalists who are politicians. But there are journalists again where they do their work where they put politics inside it. Where it comes to journalism, then they do their work where then they send the inside. But at the end of the day, they go vote. So we expect from lawyers, even though you belong to a political party, whether you write, no law not preclude them for say this lawyer, not for them a political party. But if the lawyers then for go get an election, that election they for be free, fair, and transparent, and I want for call on the body them. We're responsible for do registration. For ensure say them for make sure say let them allow let law society get registration. Because anytime they go, me, I not talk like you, the lawyer society, they don't really take position. Not all you go agree with. But they are doing it because the bar is not saying anything.
Okay, so now we look at the campaign message, the campaign theme for the current president of the Sierra Leone Bar Association. Say raising the bar, securing the gains that we don't make. We focus on reforms and projects that we don't start during in tenure. and Martina on the other side also they call for profession, legal, for say unity for the within the legal profession, professionalism and institutional reforms. So you also they continue to talk about standards are lower. Then now the current president in campaign team say raising the bar. Is it actually something they lower we need for be raised, or waiting possibly from your perspective you go understand from this thing here, so raising the bar, securing the games.
Now, as far as we concerned, from that election to now, the bar has been divided. You cannot raise the bar in a divided house. You cannot secure gains in a divided house. Looking at the other message you say for unite the bar, me go some message. Now warrant me for there. I hate how the bar association they want to in division. As I tell you, one my colleague, he tell me, he said the one they see lawyer society, people like now they only sober lawyer they dey. They not come up from me and say what they discuss with one my friend. Now in comments one day. And for me that election done to now, critical think the women and layman when they look up to the bar for give me an opinion, they have not done that. So you cannot tell me that raising the bar and consolidating the gains, I do not buy to such message. The message when we go buy to, where I go talk about without any fear and favor, and let the two candidates and sit down before me now, yeah, I go talk am. Now that one we go come for can unite the bar. The bar is so much divided. Now, sorry for the one that they go court to lawyer business, not to street business. Lawyer business is for argue out in court. But now what TV they see, then they meet people there for going on social media, tarnish down in character, same thing. Look at that some person they go send like for say the press release they come up from bar association, say this person for resign your government office. Who's not will tell you so? What thing for that happen at this election? If you know you have the numbers, let's go into this election free, fair, and transparent. You when a politician pull up on this election and they tell you now. Because you when a politician, if you know say you get hands for this election, pull on it. President Bio be the president, so ever don't come before for say they support this candidate. Now some of now President Bio they appoint take out division among the association they are. And now for if it take total election, we see what's in the go so they can call and name them. Say this politician, you President Bio give the opportunity for serve. Now they bring division at the bar. On a pull up on this election. Let the lawyers there, they able to conduct themselves, they able to comport themselves, they know what's in the law, they able to read the law, they able to give an opinion on the law. Let them go vote for whatever they want. Not to you as politicians, they go make president at the bar association. At the end of the day, the president come and not live up to expectation. The standard of the bar don't go so low to the point that now social media that they discuss them. Let's have somebody who will come and unite the bar. So when somebody sit down for represent me now, that's it. And no say I get so bad representation. When somebody for sit down at the legal education council for scrutinize students them for going to law school, I know say the one they will deserve them, they go there. So they are not there they appeal for.
Unfortunately, they emphasize on the comment, but also we see what's may happen. That's na Kenema. We see all them put before conduct the election, the team conduct the election, how they conduct the election. He said, every the citizens get responsibility for play.
They did nothing wrong, and they tell you. What's happening? Not only how they conduct the election, they own Francis Benkela affects. Not only Benkela scatter box.
But the process.
And they come.
The process
no, and they come. For instance, when ECSL they conduct election, you get commissioners there. If na particular ward, you want the way for votes, or you want the way stand election, go scatter box, you blame ECSL. What's ECSL they own responsible for conduct election? And that was what Benkela did. Having conducted that election, the onus stay on the winner for come and unite the bar. The onus not on the one that will conduct election. You see CSL get better role tripartite, APC SLP, where APC say 2020 election get issues. No! Now the two parties are back with international committee go sit down at home. Then discuss. Not to the one who conduct the election. The one will conduct the election, not to scatter box. The one will conduct the election, not to infect. I look the video there and not see Ben Fett. The reason when they tell Ben go, they say go conduct election. He stood his grounds that he go conduct the election. Not so Ben go cross talk na streets. Ben no me they stand. So no get out there very clear. If you be doing anything wrong, at the kind talk, and tell me put teacher in a continuity. And me first kind of SABC, I condemn that. I said this is what they do, so it degrading to teachers them. I said that not for be, you know. So make me feel say when you don't win that election day, that kind of manner the way you win them, where fed take place, will not want the same confusion day for lawyers. You for not mend fences. But what you see they happen, they prevent lawyer society, not for gaining registration, begin make all kind of lawyer society exists in other country them. And the position of don't see lawyer society and they take after this by election not done, people say it's a force to reckon with. So we are saying politicians hands off by elections.
But they foresee that?
Yes.
I don't see that.
The mere fact that people then go for go left and sleep, let not say people then lawyers, then go for go left and sleep. Lawyers then to where in fact one of the lawyers then the committee government form for looking to waiting that happen at the law school and the happenings. Now one of them, Madam Nikki Spencer, where there's so much credibility, integrity. That woman will make it go now media they complain. And the woman they talk say the treasurer not physically need for bidede. Secretariat for their function. Take her left me sleep when the treasurer can do empty. But deliberately when they not command the treasurer they go on social media, they make mockery of people and say look me then I erase the book. Now they not correct to madam. What you they do so not correct so. When they go there, they video the place, you are nowhere to be seen. When they come on, they go say, don't they how many hours? What me want to tell Tuma? The one that they will get sleep. Whether the treasurer enter them or they not enter, the ones they go pay in a bank, they want to light in the vote. It will never happen like that kind of election. This then they vote in a peaceful atmosphere. If you did not see say they not go vote, no say we can say about association. What you not fail for you, we can do corrective measures for now.
Like how?
Sometimes if you hear that, you will take Panadol, we'll give them Panadol.
I will conduct the election.
I say, if person hear the act, you know, not Panadol for making it cold, you know, we'll take that Panadol, you go open the Panadol, you give water, you drink that.
Up to now, they don't be agree for that kind of election. But the president at court stay now.
And now, we see these are some of the things that we see how they talk now, yeah. If you don't bring that body there together, then as lawyers, if you don't resolve their differences. But we don't fail for resolve and make we don't kind sign out the public. And we look all the one the way they come up for the society where they talk. Then they cannot ask you now. Now this area how they talk.
So
they have the competence.
The coalition will monitor the election coming this weekend.
We know they monitor the election.
We will observe.
We know they observe the election, no. Because like everywhere they talk, so if I apply for a while, they not go give me. So I know that already. I don't take 25 years and more at this space. I know that I will read in between and beyond the lines. I don't read that one day. So I know they make that attempt. But wait till they tell them, now in the public they hear so. So if you know say you uncool, you anti them a bar association, and then they conduct this election, what they gonna host, you get the response. You say, hey, anti this election, conduct a mole a day up. But if you feel say no more that tactics where you use, now Kenema, as allegedly when they say now because that talk. This give not to talk you across, and the treasure and they disappear. When people come on, they don't appear. That's Spider-Man tactics. If not Panadol for
so we say politicians and ministers or other people.
Politician can be any politician on both sides, whether the APC, SLPP, NGC, any side. Politician can be politician.
Names they come we later.
I don't say their name, then I know they call it. I just generally advise politicians hands off by elections. No, not get business
for holiday for now.
Hands off.
Alfonso Manley from Civil Rights Coalition, where they call for a free and fair by elections. Well, we will come back to again, but also I want to remind you still we get in the studio Abdulrazak Kabara, where the chairman for the National Conference of Principals Secondary Schools. Them day with we last week. Them get the national conference and also they will people tell me how it means like and some other issues that we'll talk around education. But for now, let me take some commercials and go come right back.
Why you dey hurry for go so?
Na information I want to go to Ombudsman office.
Ombudsman office? Akinyari but them do ya na court?
No, Ombudsman office na parliament make am under section 146 na with Salon 1991 Constitution and the Ombudsman Act 1997. And the person waiting up before na in and they call the Ombudsman.
Wetin na dem o?
People where they work na government ministry, department and agency or any government workman we feel say they don't treat them bad bad, sack and gist like that, deny a promotion, or they not get a couple away forget. Can go lay complaint to the ombudsman.
Oh, so then I for late complain no more.
No, not to for late complaint no more. The office of the ombudsman go look inside the case and try for rub much with the people that were concerned. Make a whole thing go come out fine for all man.
Correct. Now this I've been the wait for. I they can't go let me boss in complain.
Okay, but not forget the ombudsman not the put and pan case where you get with policy where they work for himself. With other government, we not to salon government or we cut door rub much fan. But for them case against workplace, we not to government workplace inside salon. Ombudsman go still receive them complaint here and he go pass her now to the correct people them. We will look inside them complaint here.
This na boku money that one I go to take so.
No, sir. Ombudsman not the charge couple. All the work way they do not free. You not get for pay 1 cent. That the government of Salon they take care of all in couple business.
Do ya? How long the ombudsman they take for look inside complain?
Ombudsman not the today. Now Kada, between 1 to 3 months, he go don't look inside your case from start to finish.
Do ya? Who side them working place there?
Na Freetown, then a number 26 Charlotte Street.
Bo 44 Bo Shopping Plaza, Matru Road, Kenema, 1 Supui Street, Kenema, off Hangar Road, Makeni, Al 38 Makeni City Plaza, Makamaro, Makeni, and Butloko, 53 Alama Road, Butloko.
The ombudsman, they send one to all ombudsman in the government office there. Say, do ya, it a big, make them go treat them one way they work under the fear and with respect. Like how they go want to make them treat themselves. So need no go take for make them can complain to the ombudsman.
Mommy, you know they tire for see them picking them here, they play all time. Like they don't get nothing for do. Mama, yeah, how for do? Me young boy picking self they play all time. But now it look better small. So what you do when it change? And make it begin use learning passport for study. What's in this learning passport? Well, learning passport now one app where the Ministry of Basic Education with support from UNICEF don't come with. And it gets past question and answer where they make them easy for we picking them for study and pass exams. Look, now the learning passport me before they use for study and it try small. Well, it's not a big opportunity for we picking them. Me self go try get this learning passport and so that me will get all the past exam questions and answer the way in need. Go to Google Play Store now and download the MBSSE learning passport for free. You know they pay anything. Mama, Papa, let we help with picking them. Forget the learning passport app. By this, we go help for prepare them well for the exams. Use the learning passport app today and pass your exam tomorrow. This message comes from the Ministry of Basic Education with support from UNICEF.
Education not free, not true. Send your picking go, mama.
We dey look for best betting experience. Register with 1xBet today and enjoy when you register with 1xBet. I say, then go give you 200% bonus by your first deposit. And when you complete your registration, side it, we then go ask you for put your official promo code. Just put AMS232. 1xBet. Try get on your phone. 1xBet get fine game them. Like casino game, card game, and they all get sober winning. They get football, basketball, tennis, and boku other one them with live updates. Register with your phone and make sure say you register with valid ID card. And when you done your registration, screenshot them for Bambai. You can withdraw and deposit with Colats, with Orange Money, Afri Money, 1xBet Cash, MasterCard, or Visa Card. 1xBet, they sponsor La Liga, Serie A, League One, Confederation of African Football, and a partnership with FC Cologne. That not done, then get them brand ambassador them like Yemata, the Laughing Matter, Cat Twist and and Zamza, Robino the comedian, and plenty other one them. One expert, play and today, forget your winning. And not forget to bet responsibly. The office the Lumley Beach Road by Empire Night Club. But if you don't able reach there, call on a telephone number 076 100 338 or 078 206 171. One expert, I'll win you this week.
You don't listen to Morning Coffee live from SLBC Radio FM 99.9. Now, broadcasting out of Freetown, we SLBC regional station them, and we partner radio station they all about the country. Radio station like a Universal Radio FM 98.9 na Freetown. Voice of Women Amatrujon. Jaluau Community Radio na Shegwema. Voice of Bambara na Pendemu. Radio Jala na Jala University. Radio Bankasoka na Botloko. Radio Bontiko na Bonchabu Island. Radio Kori FM 103.3 na Tayama 107.1 FM, Voice of Youth na Songo, and Radio Sawa 101.3 FM na Sowa Chiefdom na Konoli Street, Zimi Radio na Makwele Pujong, Radio Wanjama na Pujong, Voice of Kisitongi Radio FM 97.7 na Boeluton, Kailaon District, Solena Agriculture Radio FM 92.7, Boelu na Kailaon, Mogbema Agriculture Radio FM 106.9 na Blama, Small Boat Chiefdom, and Kisibendu Radio na Koindu Kailaon Sef, Daily Morning Coffee.
I'm Margaret Bull, Administrative Secretary at International School. I like listening to Morning Coffee. Morning Coffee, very important. It has so many important issues of the day we you listen to. In and out of the country, you find we all listen to Morning Coffee.
Once again, welcome back to the second part of the program, Morning Coffee, where they meet you live on Salon Broadcasting Corporation of Freetown and all other radio stations across the country where they link with Morning Coffee. Before I take a break, I tell you, so we get the chairman for the National Conference of Principals for Secondary School, we and the student. Also, we don't be joined by the Director of Communication for the National Disaster Management Agency, Mohammed Elba. We can talk to we inside the program about the disaster preparedness measures that we don't put in place for risk assessment, public awareness and education, and the warning system the way they don't put in place, especially with the term like this, the rainy season and other term where disaster can happen in the country. But for talk first, we will come for talk to Abdul Razak. Good morning, Mr. Razak, and a pleasure for getting a morning coffee.
Good morning, Davida. Good morning, listener. Good morning, Samura. Although it not smile to me this morning, I'm afraid. Good morning to everybody.
All right.
So listen me down out there.
Okay. So last week we get a lot of conversation around the educational system. During that time, the owner said they put local, they put measures in place for strengthening the educational system. But before we talk on what we done the talk around the last week, we've been there for dealing with the worst. We will make clear we know first what this national conference here, so the importance of and waiting come out today.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, the National Conference of Principals of Secondary School, which comprises of both private and government assisted and public schools, we in our community schools. That is all principals, as long as you are principals in this country, is supposed for the as a member at that body. Just like how we are teachers, the teacher senior, irrespective of you being principal, head teacher, or whatever, or the NCTV, council, schools, is supposed to belong to the student teacher senior, an umbrella body. That's also CPSS, that is Conference Principals of Secondary School. When we all did together, and the 16 districts now together, we name the National Conference of Principals of Secondary School. So now in the body, that's all we did, and the conclusion that over the weekend, from Tuesday to 27, during the time of the Eid, now we decide for left. As usual, usually now this is an annual conference we do every year. It's a traditional annual business where we can assemble one district or one region, so that we be able to discuss we successes, challenges, and going forward, and what our difficulties in the schools, and therefore make resolutions. We will go for present to the line ministries, the Ministry of Education, partner with for run the business of the school for this country. So normally their business they can go do every year. So this year I want to tell you categorically say it was a beautiful one, and it was successful in the sense we been go for many other things. First of all, I want to congratulate the Minister of Education. We've been debuted with we get the CEO, the Chief Education Officer, we now part of we, and we get YF people, the head of YF, and so many other people, TST, the Secretary General, all of them, they did them. That's so say we are very important because then now part and parcel of the education supervisors they supervise within the will they take out the rules and regulations, their policies they will hire out. So we did I want to congratulate them because of the wonderful speeches and statements they would make. That don't really show for yes, they are partners with us. So we did we try for discuss all the issues.
Okay, so what are the high points of this conference?
The theme for this year. Now, the theme for this year's conference now challenges of school leaders, in addressing funding gaps in the implementation of the free quality education. Now we came this year. So we want to go look at what are the challenges there, what are the successes they will do, and also let us see the challenges there and addressing this the funding gaps then gaps them way the in between the school system, the whole way that challenges there. So now we go for good discuss. So if you ask me, this was the discussion, and the discussion went uploaded, and we were able to also. I'm not going to let you congratulate the principals all over the country, all over the 16 countries. Everybody was there, and we are in a jubilant mood. We are ready. We are enthusiastic, so that we will follow discuss the issue because we should plenty. We this BNTM challenges there.
All right,
so the people that we will be wanting, and we will have a very frank and
when we look at the theme we want to consider for this year challenges of school leaders for adults. In addressing and finding the gap for the school system, especially for the funding gap especially for the free quality education. And a lot of time they will not only talk around the issue of subsidy, where they come in time and something and they're not insufficient and all of that for doing our work. So actually waiting on a reach out in this on a deliberation has to as a way for making this one has to go be addressed.
Madam David, as I tell you, we as a Sidonia so in the joy school because frankly we discussed all principles the way we discuss. This conference na conference way na a 5-day conference, but because of the ongoing was we will get challenges in the timing, so we get for cut down about a day. So therefore 4 days now we go. The first day now been the travel, and the 3-day delegation is being divided into sessions. First day now the opening, wherein we march through the street of Putloko, and the first in history for 64 years since the formation of CPSS, where we don't go whole conference days. So the local people were also happy, and they also they appreciate for a noble group like that the way then the teachers there, the principals there. Way in the gas and they direct in a process. Even as well, they listen this no way, Alfonso Mani, even the lawyers, now then for the past to them principles that's really guided. So they were happy to see us in block. Okay. So one of the things we are taking into consideration when we go there, the atmosphere will be fine for me. So therefore we even have people that are lawyers then when our principals they also not for letting go.
So I'm not able to address this issue, so this funding gap, so.
Yeah, well, there are some of the challenges that they will be able to discuss. At the time, I say the session be divided into 3. It's going to be 3-day session. First, 4 days. The first day that we travel. In the 3-day session, the first day that the reopen, where we have all the noble speakers, the minister, CEO, and all the other people that they can discuss with me and make position paper and present position paper. After that, we go into sessions. The second day, the sessions, they will delegate all them in there. So, what are the challenges there? Some of the challenges then come. Like, for example, we discuss about subsidies. how the subsidies become, the late payment of the subsidies, the remuneration of teachers, the payment of teachers, where sometimes not too adequate, and the staffing, the recruitment process, the science laboratory, especially this year, so who attract the science you know, they say now practicals when they do after 5 or after 15 years so, but since the epidemic, we then can't stop that science. So that practicals they not been happen. So this year, not been the year. So there's a lot of challenges. The chemicals, we are not enough. The laboratories, we are not enough. Money will not be there. Even as we go, subsidies, not to everybody we don't get. Thank God the minister be able to assure you that they don't be give up. Even the second time subsidy. And that's in a third time when we show second time. So then they will appreciate them because now that second time subsidy will be able to maneuver. Let's say somebody we talk say we principal say we a magician. Out of every other thing, we don't manage the school up to this third time, even though we don't get third time subsidies here, But for normal, we stand the test of time. We stand the test of time for system one for complement government. We have for complement government free quality.
How not to manage for do this for subsidize where money not be.
Yeah, well, we tell you they don't relegate we to debt subsidy. We not debt subsidy, so then people the way they supply with the basic amenities they all try for run the schools. Again, some other time the cow they say they see you get the interest. They really see you get the passion. One forgets a cut off the other thing and they like well on the council. I think say I'm a regular person at SLBC. On Sunday you go call me. I say, well, I know come today, but tomorrow you put me on that side. Then you can make adjustments for me because I'm a regular person with the camp for that because issues of national concern and also we don't become so that we depth then people the way they sort of live.
All right.
So that I difficulty really we not be able to forget. And I understand the number of the girl take how they make.
Okay, as I mean start and we talk about last week when we talk about the issue of the last ones. We get to our class studio and also Mr. Maybe come at another time we talk about the monitoring where they go on. And one thing where it pick out not all schools but some school and the way for example, one of the school heads them when the principal they wait for them when they send another school to go monitor. They say plenty. Not in Greek go, then he left back in the old school there. So then I will send the principal of the JSS or send a deputy, but then no they go at all because then he left behind still the one for soft till the ground so that the examination process go in favor of that school day. Then another thing also where he mentioned that this issue of the malpractice will still they carry on in some schools when they don't monitor for now. Say they would all agree say that we use the school hall, later then change and go decide for go use one small classroom with their long bench there where the school hall go still they empty. They say they're not able for pack them. So all that one day they see say like some of the school authorities then self know they give the support where they need for give for tap education malpractice in education.
Yeah, well, and again, another challenge. Just like I say, all of these form part of we discuss now the conference that we are all human, we just prone to sometimes making mistakes some other time. But if you get supervisors, they get people that will stand to the right, well, as would be the addition of the bar station, understand me? If you get this thing straight, the other person want to put wrong, then you see challenges they come inside. Now, like a way the principles, of course. Some of us and many other people, they are living witness, they are credible principles. Even the white people, they are also credible. But if you get some of them way, at least, well, I'm not one for calling them, they're not credible, but they're not really live up to their tax. You understand me? Well, these are the challenges in the work.
Challenges.
Well, now the process will differ. The process will differ. So, look, my brother, I manly don't. Many a time, if you don't help me for some of them teachers, they ask them to say, name some of their schools here. So, if you ask me, we go there, instead of we go there and monitor. And I remember of the board chairman assistant. So, he know how it think happen. And if he stand up or say, no, I don't want this thing, I just say, no, go repeat that again. So that is how we are doing.
So what are the
Again, for
recommendations
do all of them
towards
in there,
that owner
so
get
we
this
needed
year?
funds. For do all them in there, so now funds needed. We
How?
cannot. What I mean, if we then pay the subsidy earlier, at least we be able for push them this year. Let us say Congress of Principle, we also are monitor. We go around for monitor them here. So and take into cognizance of some of them people here, so where they do them wrong here, so Lord approve them out of the system.
Okay.
Now I tell you one thing.
Mhm.
The proliferation of them schools, they don't plenty. Who knows where they are coming past the ministry? Now you get for able to check properly and see how them school are in. You go to one place, to be very frank. Sometimes small rooms they did it. And this place here back then, they don't approve this school. This place is there back when just we get house. You not get even the conducive atmosphere for letting you run a school. This place to run as a school. And then go make a market center for what? Tell me if that kind of place they make up, you're not going to getting some other work. So
Okay,
you just
the
get for
foundation
me.
will be
So,
get
so
the
then
facts
kind of a
say,
school there, so coming to even them principle.
well, the principle
Even
I
when
want
you
to talk
become
about.
when you become a principal, before you become a principal, there are procedures. In the first place, you become as a teacher. When you come as a teacher, you forget certain time where you start 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Then they make you senior teacher. That is why you are an assistant teacher. Every teacher when they come up from college, you are an assistant teacher. Meaning that you must have some supervision for some time. You have some tutelage before ever you go to the next stage. At the time, I just tell you no more. What thing happen to then kind of a thing we
Okay, let me just ask you this quick one, Mr. Razak. Like we said be surprised for you, we say a principal and this ongoing was here student kitchen because like a school picking for go take examination.
Sometimes school picking principal.
How that did
First,
happen?
sometimes school picking principal, I call us school principal. I just dey tell you what in the procedure steps where you supposed for like to become principal. Where you don't come out college, you don't get your degree, you don't get your education. You come, they don't take you. You are an assistant teacher. After 3 to 4 years, then if your conduct in the school is satisfactory, then they now recommend you for like the senior teacher. Then the senior teacher position mark you get for a certain period. After a certain period, if you are also being certified for say you conduct for being a senior teacher is satisfactory, then you can now go to deputy or vice or head teacher, deputy head teacher or vice head teacher or vice principal. From there, then before ever you go put yourself now to the position after some time, then you now qualify to become a principal. After the board don't come certify you.
Now all
But these
principal
days,
they
at the
under
time
una
they ask for
conference.
that mandate. Me, I know that's who don't cancel now. They can't find out.
Okay.
Yeah, now as you don't get school no more, you don't get that small classroom. They don't get that building. They assume to be principal.
So then principal and they on una conference.
Well, as I say, everybody with a principal, as long as you don't get that title principal, you're supposed to be under the umbrella of that council. But again, it depends how you catapult yourself to becoming a principal. You understand me? I tell you this now, say there are stages will line up for you become principal. If you not go through that stages, then tomorrow I can't see this other man back there saying a principal. What would I say? I would not say it's not a principal, and you get a whole school, a whole school, even though now 2, 3 the more time the room small, even the classroom set for go say it's in a principal. Who am I to say it's not a principal? So if you can't we as a body, we're supposed to say you're not principal.
For
What there is
integrity
a body,
sake, una no can raise them concern there so with the relevant
we are
stakeholders.
raising it. We are raising it. We are raising
What
it.
can be
But
the outcome
who
of
is
that?
giving them? If you is giving them the authority, when you go, you see they have some authority for them to become a principal. This now one urge the government, one urge the Ministry of Education. Let them go into all of those people. Let them secure. Let them request. Then document there. So who made them principal? How did they make them principal? And let them form a committee so that then schools they have to go. They go then get them problem away for school's sake. Let them go
Another
see
issue.
them. Let's say let them go make some revision.
Another issue where they
They go
raise
make
now
some
the
revision.
fact say Mr. Razak, and they say a lot of absenteeism back again this year because like they don't register principals, some they don't register some school picking them for go take exam, then they don't go back in other school, and because of the verification process now, then they expect them for come, they no come. Also, the school authority suppose for don't give them say a photo album when I did the picture, then they now different face they shop. small writing where they're not the picking, they're not even able to read the index number or some of the challenges that we then face. How now they work for make sure say the examination process they be so credible that even when they say this person pass or fail, it deserve am.
David, when I dey try for say the position of a principal na a credible person, you say always sit down and approve a principal na the pass. No, so very, very credible people who then they there for their rect, which is supposed to be the future of the Motorman and the future of the community and by that extension the future of the country. We all now they discuss because of the lacunas that we they in they along the line. We not also it's supposed to be now they discuss. As I say, the issue of them picking the ASU now a very blurry. We don't register them picking the ASU. Government don't give me the go ahead. They wanted to remove a lot of people they were not supposed to not qualify. Parliament we come in defense and they accept them picking they don't have. As I say, most of all them problems they are so we get in the schools they are so we na schools them we call them just schools. So they are not schools in themselves, just makeshift schools that they the problems they are taking down.
And this they affect the education.
They affect the education. They affect the education. But if we have sober supervision, you understand me? Sober supervision. One, even when the school will don't apply for car become school, they're supposed to come see that school and there is a state, there are stages where the ministry can undertake. One, before they give you approval, they give us approval for recognition for rates. Now, if then that operation they for be some a certain period for that they operate. With operate, then later you apply again for financial assistance. But sometimes you go see a school, the man don't get 2-3 buildings or 10 house be they pull all the people them through, they don't go get school. All of those three recognition they get recognition, financial assistance. Then the man they stay as a principal. If he can't to me for can't pay dues as CPSS, he's in a principal. Can say where you approve a letter, you show me. Where you principal letter, you show me. And nothing say you for supposed for back for say not a principal. Even though as you in the go, you go talk say, this kind of a principle is not mature. That is what said to this man, this speaking principle there. Because me one consider as a speaking principle, it's not a realistic principle or an upright principle. Wouldn't say you go wear uniform. That means to say even a student principle. You see? So as we don't cancel, one can find out this student principle, who are called a student principle. You wear uniform, you police a principal, you wear uniform, you know say you not mature for become principal. Who made you principal? How you become principal? Who yourself will help the government to find out how you become principal. Say you can't wear back uniform. So if you know say not be complete the process of schooling, now you will become principal. So now some of this CSO now will try for discuss where we brother them all the year, SSF they ask many questions there.
All right, we go come back to you, Chairman.
Well, now they come to other airline story. Now families self don't see how the rain don't they come to the country and self don't bring a report of some thing within the Apple. We don't see this being sent. We shall reporters then they all about the country. They send a report to say don't begin happen after disaster. Then we don't begin to take place. But now we'll talk more about the preparedness of the National Disaster Management Agency. With the Director of Communications and the agency who can tell you more. Now Mohammed Elba Esquire who can tell you more about the agency preparedness. Good morning, Mr. Ban.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
We see meteorological don't pull a seasonal outlook and they don't tell you how the pattern get for low like this rain and we don't begin see some of the things that we don't talk about. So as agency, on prepare this time, at least for some of the disasters and so far.
Well, since the establishment of the institution, every year we look at, we do a survey, which first of all, for know the areas are always prone to flooding, where they are low-lying areas, where even if we record, for example, 100 millimeter of rain an hour, there's a possibility that then localities are even flood. So from the inception, we developed a strategy around that, how we for minimize the impact, of flood. So we devised a strategy and a flood mitigation strategy, where you would implement every year. And since then, the data don't speak to the fact with respect to the interventions that we do in the United communities, the impact, the flooding that happen, but the impact of the floods on the population and the areas and the don't minimize greatly. Because from what you recall, that bad flooding in 2015 displaced close to 4,000 people over within our stadium, to the 2017 mustard. And even after that, we recorded quite a few. But since we start to identify the challenges we then communities are faced with respect to flooding, and every year we go in and address some of them challenges, and the communities and they get flooded because of the topography, the low-lying communities, but the impact only minimized greatly, across. And data will speak to that because for the last 2 years, we not record any death, for example, as a result of floods, and the destruction of property don't reduce drastically, and of course also, the flooding situation generally, we always see how one of the things that we can always do with respect to preparedness now for identify for each community what are the specific challenge we they exposed to they make them get flood. Some communities now the drainage system, then get the way we people manage their waste. That's a major factor. One of the major factors now waste management. And they need to because everybody they put in dirty in a gutter and when rain come, if you are not get road for pass, it can road for himself. The other factor now that some people in our communities then they build and fence them and block major waterways or they build panta pusa water the pass. We always then they come in for make sure say then construction that they will not go on, and we work with the relevant line ministry or departments or agency. One thing we people them also need to understand that NDMA we get mandate to mitigate disasters, but to a very large extent also the act provide for we follow, we coordinate with other institutions that we are applicable. Say for example, like the issue of land now. People need to be build they're not supposed to build, for example. The NDMA not only the building permits for construct house. So, but if disaster happen, the NDMA get mandate for response to that disaster, through disaster and relief and response directory. We're supposed to go there and go respond. So that may make when we do with disaster mitigation, we know the option will pass, we work with Ministry of Lands. They also go, for example, if road accident. If road accident and have not really issue license to vehicles with respect to the roadworthiness of a specific vehicle. But if any disaster happens, NDMA they come in. So that make we coordinate a lot. This building collapse they happen, for example. Not only they give contractor license, for example, not only they give building permit, but if the building collapse, now NDMA they come in. So that make we coordinate a lot with other people and other institutions and with the mandate intertwined with your mandate. When this building collapsed in Boku, we hired the service of the Sierra Leone Institute of Engineers. They did a comprehensive report, assessment of the buildings that we collapsed, and they came up with a report. And in that report, they recommended the findings and the inside and some recommendations. Part of the findings will be the inside that report that the buildings and they collapsed because of two major things. One, the type of building materials that they use. Two, they use quack, contractors. We can normally metamorphose into being engineers. You understand? Some man has a begin these small foundations, so you don't be call yourself engineer when a contractor. They're not to get the know-how or look at the type of building, if you go in a particular place, whether the beams and wood not put, is strong enough for maintain for hold 5 or 6 or 7 story building and stuff like that. We take that up with the standard bureau, for example. We call them to a meeting. We say, okay, one of the things that we come out that all building materials, iron rod, for example. You understand? So then now okay, for take them up now for make sure say anytime we import iron rod or produce iron rod in Sierra Leone, before they meet the required standard for to save the life of the people. We need to get a mandate, for example. So we coordinate a lot. Part of coordination.
But again, so now the agency they deal with almost communities that identify as prone communities, especially more of them riverine and slum communities within the country. So how do they deal with them?
Well, for now, plenty of people can say, they can just for responding. People are there every year and they respond to them. Why one in the pool and all of that. and then people are really exposed to disaster, to flooding. When I need for pulling that. But one thing me Pambulem can fail for understand that when you read around, relocation, for example, a major component within the disaster management circle. Just a grab more and go relocate people. You understand? You therefore relocate people with a strategic relocation plan. The plan for speak to many issues. One, because these are Sierra. Two, you have to make sure any Sierra care and go, they live in a dignified way, they get the basic amenities they're supposed to get, and all of that. And for later they happen, it's a capital intensive plan. It therefore be a top, but all over the world, where do they relocate people from slum? Now from the government to the council to the institution, all they come together. It's a top-bottom approach, you understand? Most times, they can even come to parliament. For example, if now somebody want to come buy it and build a mall, they can go to parliament and ratify the agreement they did for security and for make sure there's everybody there on board. You understand? So in we own case, waiting because of that not happen, and we NDM may not get the capacity now for say we relocate people from the slum communities. What we don't do over time? We don't need devise adaptation measures because now they people are they live for now. And for say we pull them, it gets security implications, it gets human rights implications. We not go for do that now without the approval of government, the council, city council, for example, and other sector players. So what will we do now for make sure that people will provide adaptation measures for them by identifying the specific hazards that will cause disaster and then communities in the end address them. And that we don't do effectively over time. We make we don't reduce the impact of floods on the affected communities a day. For the last 3 years, we will not record any major incident as a result of flood. So that strategy, and now not only they do on Africa. Ahead of this rain, like you earlier point out, say, Met don't give them seasonal forecast that we get for experience heavy wind. Rain get for Cambo now, more wind we get for experience this year. What do? We don't go Kenema, we don't go Bo, we don't go Makini. Based on the little resources we get, we don't go identify major spot them. We they now major drainages and we they block and they lead to flood. Now Makini, we go na Mabantan Road by fisheries. We clean that particular drainage in a big drainage. We clear them all. Right now, then they are all in the camp. They say, what are they go find? We go na Bo, we go na Shelmingo. That around about the, say major waterways and they around the where itself can lead to flood in our community. We go na Kenema, and go identify the major waterways where themselves clean all inside it. So we are not only talking about Freetown now, we also want to expand to the regions because Freetown is not only Sahel. So we don't also plan to do mass, community sensitization across various communities, specifically in our western area now. We start this week. We don't do Boku jingles or story for go out na radio and television, na radio where you get for people that get for play, and we will continue the engagement. We pay people and do that. One thing people can give for realizing that when disaster happen, government could come in and provide some relief support. But now, if your life no go, government no go for replace your life. Government no go for replace. So it is important that any we dey, let we take steps, practical steps, and let we adhere to directives based for do things in way they're not inimical to we own lives and the lives of family members. You understand?
Okay, so another thing with just a text message where they look at where I need for bring to you now the fact they much need for be done for making people aware about health hazards when it comes to disaster, their contribution the way they can make. For example, you don't mention about waste management system. We lacking somehow because you see if rain come, what they full up now they gutter there, the different energies then go there rubber, people one over fan go dey inside it, then some man go dey wait as the rain dey come, so all in dirty then go coach chair green and can now na street and all of that they block and cause flooding. So how much una dey do? You don't talk say una dey plan or una don dey do something, I don't know, but how much una don dey do for make the for create the impact on how people then for they understand how to take care of the dirty.
Yeah, we don't do a lot. We don't engage consistently. We don't engage community leaders. Now most of them slum communities there. We don't engage we don't establish the disaster management committees, volunteers. Now most of them communities and consistently we don't engage. And most times interesting for no say And like who goes Susan's very last, who going to them? The chiefs and the ancestors help you for develop the bylaws. Say, okay, now if somebody now we don't get a designated producer for trade or tea. If anybody will put trade or tea and this because that bomb inside, you know, say with the block and they make Susan's day they get flooding. You understand? So they know 1 year, the last year before last, we will clear it, we get bylaws with them, and they all commit, say they will go through the in and the designated area, and they even put fine that anybody they catch, they will pay 50,000. These are local based solutions. We allow them to tell you how they want for this problem solved. You know, we go, we explain to them dangers, then we all sit down now, we agree on the solutions. You understand? And some community, I will tell you, they don't get dumping sites, you understand? And then heal communities. Now, a major challenge for them. All those who don't be tendency, for those that are living in those communities, the hilly communities, we beg them. Clean salon now, even though they say now a problem, now wouldn't take it out in a gutter they go to but we don't call community, and I want to use the opportunity for praise one particular person. When I say Harold Smith, me and I will not meet it, but at the follow up, he do a fantastic job for the people that live around that Sambagota area. Most of them, he is always on standby with a camera, and anything we want for country or shit in the video. And now we don't see how this particular rainy season, how Sambagota to a very large extent, some portion of them clean. You understand? Because now they may go to the internet, and he is always active. I want to particularly use this opportunity and medium for say a big thank you for the selfless service Harold Smith, where you render for the community and for make sure say we are free from flooding in that particular community. So for those in the community, we don't need to talk to them. You are get a bin now the back of you. When you flood, when tricycles and the fan clean salon you get 20, 30,000, they go to where? You understand? For the fact clean salon they go to and gutter, this is not a call. Like I use the opportunity for call on the community. They will be vigilant. We want to make sure say they putting see how Smith they do now that Sambagota for be an example. You know, we all for emulate. Across the board, any side wanna see clean salon, they go to Dirty and Gota, wanna video wanna drive them.
I see something happen. I think the people are also now on mountain continue for be commended yesterday at the past that's the clean salon person then get and dirty for go to watch near person events now they go turn out. They catch them. And the community people and pull back now mountain court. They make it pick all the dirty at the one whole mountain. You see the young man
also thank them for that. And this call with the call now because now challenge or it's difficult for we address. You understand? We need to think about we and city council the work right now. How we for devise a strategy for make sure see we curtail that. You understand? But it's a major challenge because we not go for the every side all the time and fit on big. So now that make we call on the community. Where you give you dirty to clean salon somebody for good 2 years. Then all communities they will be vigilant. Let them go to a dirty box, let them not to a gutter. But again, that particular to in a gutter will not attribute no more to clean salon guys. You get people and say food and then they to dirty and then young gutters before their houses. Where they come and take it back. Then one of the major causes. One of the major causes for flooding and freedom now waste management. We're able to manage waste deliberately with the dirty and gutter. If everybody they manage in waste well, I tell you, we get less impact. Where they can see that kind of dirty and state. Where they can the dirty and state, you see, I don't say this now inside compound dirty this. That's where they
water the when I didn't know they dump all the dirty them like community.
Yeah, they get some major waterways.
They
get some major waterways. So we use this opportunity, please, to talk to them. When disaster happen, if it damage you, government will give little or nothing, except you can do relief support. So you get an obligation for make sure say you manage your waste very well, not with dirty and gutter, and let we stop for doing things the way inimic and especially for this rainy season, so that we all will protect yourself and your families.
All right, thank you, Mohamed Elba. We're the Director of Communication for the National Disaster Management Agency. They tell the thing that they don't put in place measures them for make them promote the disaster management preparedness. Make them they can't see that with the happen in a bad thing them good time. Well, we can take some text messages. Then this one say Alfonso is say plenty thank you for your good work. He said you are not tired for talk, especially when they talk the truth. Say God will guide you. He say where the bar association justice no daily for election. He say how we go dey now and the law. It come out from James Kuyate Nabo. Another one where I go look inside say Monica for the Ministry of Education will go back to the drawing board for restructure the appointment of heads of school as some no qualify well as to elect Fande. This one say good morning Ibrahim and David. I say another opportunity again for the first edition. I know say this will come up from Joseph Munda Kambe of some Colleague Texters Union. I take this one say Mohammed but okay, so most of the swamp then are both say them don't backfill them, say and they cause more danger. Say you are now looking to that one day. Say good morning, Mr. Principal. Say if we now discuss now the conference about the center fee payments and the BRS payments, we say that one they really they disturb the parents. They say it very because they say disgraceful from Albert. Say the kind of way then they ask for them money then they so and say na good way the scholars then they get meeting from term to term for making them look inside the activities them saying they hope say they don't go pull yanda go all water for push education business go before Abbas Sena from Tonkoli. I take another one is say something don't happen now, Mr. Bar for that also for Donna Eastern. He say for making make measures then for them kind of thing there so no they happen. Say because if people don't go inside that 4 or 5 story building, they say but people for don't die they abid na insane and from Cassfield. Okay, I take another one saying they told the line of Alfonso this morning. He said instead they call for free and fair election. He said then Tiboy Texters na kono instead they call for free and fair election. Well, now we go left and day for now. Well, we come to we guess them quickly, then we will come now for text sport. Yes, Alfonso.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to tell the Texas the whole thing. As I don't say, and let me reiterate that these elections for the bar, a noble institution, all those who are members of the bar are 100% literate. These are distinguished people in society. Waiting and they do will make people they get confidence panel or not get confidence panel. Therefore, we are calling for free, fair, transparent elections. And what do they say the current president want for extended term? Now, bad governance standing. Who don't put to foot down as civil society this election. A, if they go on. 2, all who don't go pay in a bank, then they vote. No, at the time they insist.
In case now for some technical reasons.
No technical reason.
Because it possible.
There should be no technical reasons. Reason being the fact that people then go for go left receipts, the treasurer and all they deliberately. When people then come out, the treasurer go do video, say look me, you know, say a game they play. So there should be no technical reason. What we are saying after the elections in Kenema, the current president woefully failed for main fences. And when woefully failed, all of the issues where they come up, we are getting it from the lawyer society. And I've been telling you, one my friend, he say if you like the lawyer society now, they all the sober lawyer than they. We have a divided bar. And somebody coming in for say United Bar that can message why you meanwhile sit also in some government institution. The bar association get representative there I forget person for able represent me well. Secondly, I don't tell you about the Legal Correctional Act of 20 2000 of year 2000. I tell you inside that act the section 3 subsection 1C they talk about the 6 representative where the bar for say. Now they get the highest number of representatives. So if they fail to get an election where they not agree on, or they fail, or they go put person there where that person they not get what it take for lead the bar, like waiting that episode the bar divided. We don't go agree.
All right, well let's find it for now. I think say we go talk that balancing at television now. Look, can't Mr. Yes.
Your family are listening to me back 3 o'clock.
All right, so you follow the issue on SLBC television Facebook channel. You will get some more on that one. But now we need for for what the cutting down for the radio version. What we hearing from Mr. Abdulrazak from the Conference of Principal.
Yeah, as I say, we the card don't make this one. So I thank all the authorities, them, the minister, and all the other people, and also principal that will participate in the national conference. Now, which was wonderful. So going forward, once let everybody will come because the next conference will be announced very soon with next year, so we get the preparation. So that all of us will be. Let we go. We collaboratively we will discuss the challenges. The challenges this will be a very igniting. That is challenges in the funding gaps with the school they make. We all know what's in that they make. And I've been listening with that one text I say waiting at the payments for the centers, them in there. But I want for categorically make this disclaimer, this thing serious. It's not a disclaimer that nobody is paying for center. Nobody is paying for center.
Nobody not supposed to
Not
pay,
supposed
or
to. Nobody not supposed to pay
because
for
people
center.
and the way they pay.
Because we don't monitor that. Governments don't. The Ministry of
So
Education.
say for complaining
The
in
Ministry
case
of
if
Education.
the school they near to them, they ask for that.
Yeah, well, this are the thing. This fact we find out when we go round. Then one first of all the complainant they tell with CPSS. If even WAEC gets a first-hand information, perhaps it could not be true, or it could be true. Understand me? Then you will.
No, we they get the report because colleagues them at the region they send them messages and they to we. So but who side the people there for complain now? Because now
Well, they for complain to either this the Ministry of Education, or they complain to CPSS, or they complain to WAEC. Then three bodies here because now we the monitor, now we get the mandate for look at the how the exams they go. I want to see but clearly it came up in the conference. I advise people them the exams not for money. Do not require nobody for take money in any other person here.
Okay.
Unless otherwise we the money the way they don't make take what we're doing the admission. So therefore one asks that government again will come very soon with the resolutions there. All them here so then we will go the can discuss here so then challenges here, then sense happy business here, what they make. We don't put all in one paper. We don't resolute in resolutions that we are coming to the ministry.
Okay, so after one don't can go, we self go one for no actually waiting when I don't put together. But let we come now to Mohammed Oriba when top person for the National Disaster Management Agency.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I say big thank you to you and we send text messages. The one we talk about what we don't do now for the building collapse Kisio. Well, investigations still go on. Will be established a very small center today, the institution center, where we provide, excavator with the support of support of SLRA, and we don't demolish the building. Actually, somebody will be tempted to do this as a one book and come down to ground level. We coordinate that and we make sure the place is open back to traffic. Then now the investigation now will go on and forget access to the owners. From where we don't start, the owners they will never forget nobody yet. But fortunately, day before yesterday, we didn't get on Friday, we didn't get somebody come forward and claim say the person will get an family. And that particular person right now the police, the silent police, they accuse the silent police with investigation. So because we want for make sure say we take this very seriously and that we will continue to engage the Ministry of Lands, especially in the area of issuance of building permits. And the monitoring is not only for issue the building permit, but for make sure they monitor, together how we go for devise strategies and for monitor the building where you don't say you don't put on this building plan. Now you put. And how also we monitor for sure say that particular place where the builder was the soil, where did you go for whole that can build you one for building. So we need more players, in that particular sector where the issue building permits. We need to push that so that collectively we will work together to make sure say we able to minimize, at least we stop them, for them building. The person I say, like really unfortunate incident happen na share. The people that we don't go inside that. Now massive disaster for that happen. Plenty people have lost their lives. Building they under construction, they don't even zinc it. They give up. Right? So they tell you the type of material they use and the poor engineering errors. For example, what the building you get, we make it wrong. So continue then. Somebody talk about the swamps and Abu say no reclaim. It's a major challenge. We have done an assessment across this country. That challenge is not only Bo, they Kenema, they Makini. Makini service that they believe in their junction. There are series of concerns with respect to how people in backfield swamp there with the middle and the road, or either build houses, filling station, or other things. Then. And then a major run through the assessment, like I say, not only the building permit, we will do the assessment there. Even for the filling stations, we send the reports to the relevant stakeholder or institution. We get mandate to do with that kind of particular intervention. So collectively now we're working join together and intervene. It's a major challenge, and we hope that we sister institutions and within the environment sector, we all will work together, continue for anybody get mandate, we all will come together and make sure we intervene and put a stop to them swamp there. Because at the end of the day, now recipe for flooding. Them place and the way block if rain can water na natural waterways and then the way go block. Definitely the water go fail way for insect. And it is either it will lead into another community or it destroy the property. So nothing the way we are against, and we don't preach against that continuously, and we will continue for make sure we raise the alarm with respect to that. So for any emergency during because of this rain season, 1199 on all networks now,
1199.
1199 now we full two free line only. When I will use the opportunity for call and report any emergency in our communities.
All right, thank you, Mohamed Elba, for that waiting for talk to you this morning. Well, we go talk to we company in Abdul Kadia. Abdul, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Plenty. Thank you for getting me. Well, inside sports, so much happening as we don't see the Sierra Leone Football Association (SLFA). Now, for the technical director, we have been Kista for be the caretaker coach for Leon Stars for the friendly zone against Liberia. The first leg will be on the 6th and the third will be on the 9th. So according to them, it also gets two assistants who in the first coach for Eastern Lions, when Mohamed Lamin Kamara, and also Alaji for the head coach for Boingers. Because some plenty people they use now say they don't take too long for ensure they appoint their coach. Why now they give John Kister the job when the technical director to take over the two games? So so is plenty concerned. Away from that day, the Special Olympics will one thing in side and the sign YMOE, where they call the Special Coalition Global, the one way they for develop the intellectual disabilities, whether into sport. And according to the president for Africa, Charles Nabe, he said this good for Salon, he said this good for position Salon in terms of Special Olympic sports, and they will ensure Salon get all the supports they need. When we talk also the Minister of Youth, when Ibrahim Salon, they also been tilting to Special Olympics for the kind of support and how the members Salon for sake of this particular good thing. Now also the Blackburn Rovers and sorry, benefits mankind footballer when Augustus Carbo Dongo commission one orphanage na Waterloo, the Lompa area. This na one way he believes in a way for give back to the community because he realized that the man of mama no get papa even also need to get support. So then the commission and he will tell the people that will continue to do more and ensure he supports them and see that since they get the next Augustus Carbo or other big footballer where go come on at that party. We all know the Champions League now and then Arsenal been lost 5-1 penalties. Let's be able to look forward for Steve Arsenal go carry the big one. Fortunately for letting get a first trophy and they not been work well for Arsenal as PSG don't get back-to-back Champions League 2004, 2005, 2005, 2006 season. We saw also the name Vitina as the man of the match after in performance, so he puts up with Sussman, the building equalized. After we Kai Havertz, we don't get a goal, we plenty people look forward to. Also, in some strong allegation that the athletes and the athletics family they accuse the association say they don't drop them for sake of money business. Well, according to the institution, they put out a press release so they say they don't ever take money from people then. And according to them, they don't put out the list of athletes that they take to the games. And one of the people they know they are alleging Lawrence Fidelis, who they call the machine, they do one of the admits they accuse the president when Matimo Bagua and the team say, waiting they do to athletes, they're not good ahead of the Commonwealth Games so for taking place in 2 months' time. They're able for ensure they get athletes and drop them and in at the fastest in the country in terms of 100 meter. So work for it from them in days and weeks to come as we go out for letting people and know what's happening inside athletics as they prepare for the Commonwealth Games.
Thank you so much, Abdul Kabia, for the sports information. The day now we take that for you.
closer. Closer. Don't pass.